Passport bros have been an epidemic all around the world, especially in Colombia.
An American tourist was found in Medellin.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to this beautiful channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about this topic that has been sparkling debate across social media and within the dating world, the phenomenon of passport bros. Now I'm not here to bash anyone or take side. This commentary is all about unpacking the truth behind this moment. So I've put the videos together so that you watch and learn. I'll be back to share my true sense what I think about today's.
Passport bros have been an epidemic all around the world, especially in Colombia.
An American tourist was found in Medellin, Colombia by the police in a hotel room with 2 kids.
After the civilians saw this man bringing 2 children to his hotel room, he automatically reported the incident to the police.
When the police got to the scene, they found the minors, who were 12 and 13 years old, literal children, with the American file, Timothy Livingston.
Timothy Livingston was captured by the Colombian police, but he was quickly released because apparently when the police got there, they didn't find him having with the kids or touching them. So technically, they couldn't charge him with any crimes.
This allowed Timothy to run freely to the United States, Ohio to be more specific, the day after he was released from Colombian jail with no legal consequences at all.
After this disgusting event, the people of Medellin who have had enough of these passport bros spread these monsters' information throughout social media in hopes the American public can find this and bring him to justice to pay for his crimes.
Please share, like, and comment on this video so more people know what's going on in Medellin and other parts of Latin America.
This is the truth about passport bros. As a coach, I've been helping thousands of guys over the years learn the exact skills to be able to meet and attract women in the West. And yes, it definitely works. So I think that these passport bros are just looking for some excuse and wanting to play victim so that they can, I don't know, go off and try something that seems easier, when in fact, it seems a little ridiculous that you would travel all the way across the seas to a new country to then attract some woman and bring her back to the United States. Or maybe you just stay there and you don't live in the US anymore. Okay, fine for you, but there's an easier way to attract women than having to come up with some crazy, brilliant plan to leave the United States, which, let's be honest, is not practical for most men.
Passport bro math is when a guy leaves a Western country because apparently all Western women are gold diggers. But then when he gets to that third world country, the first thing he does is he leads with his wallet and starts flexing his money to these girls in said countries. And the reason why I'm giving you guys a hard time on this one is because there's been an uptick of crimes lately, specifically in Colombia, where girls are now targeting these kinds of passport bros, where they come thinking that they're going to get lucky and they flex their money at the clubs and the resorts, and then they get baited into going on a Tinder date back to their place. So we've had about 8 cases over the last couple of months that were made public, and one of them was actually from a German dude who supposedly lost almost 15,000 euro worth of cryptocurrencies thanks to the theft, as well as his phone and other personal belongings. He had to make a YouTube video and basically beg for money online just to get enough to go back home, essentially, through these donations. So this guy literally got cleaned out thinking he was going to get lucky in Colombia. All these cases coming out, one has to think, right? There must be a lot of unreported cases that men don't want to report because they feel too shameful to admit that they got so desperate for female attention that they tried to go to one of these countries and ended up fucking around and finding out the hard way. I mean, shit, man. Even the US federal government stepped in telling people not to use Tinder in Colombia. So if it's starting to get that bad in Colombia, I'm sure this trend is going to start spreading into other countries. So you better watch out if you happen to be one of those guys thinking that they're going to get lucky by just flexing their wallet and green card or whatever. Now, I'm not entirely against the passport bro movement. If you have the means to go abroad and stay there permanently by either retirement or you just happen to have your own business that allows you to work remote and you intend on keeping the girl in her home country, then by all means, man, go for it. You have my blessing. This is specifically for the 95% of guys who call themselves passport bros and do it just because they can't get any girls in the States or in the Western world. So they have to go to these other countries to flex their money and try to get attention from females that way. Like, that shit is not kosher. But yeah, if you're in that 5% of guys who can actually live abroad full time, then by all means, man, go for it. If you're a salty passport bro that's watching this, you're probably trying to cope by thinking, man, this guy is simping so hard for American women. But if you take a look at one of my pinned Tinder videos, it'll show you what my Tinder experience looked like back in 2022. And that was when the whole male loneliness thing was starting to become a hot topic. So if that was my experience on Tinder as a guy looking for girls in Los Angeles, by the way, one of the hardest motherfucking dating markets for men. There's a lot of competition there for guys. Then why the fuck would I have to pander to anybody if I don't have any problems meeting girls? And it's been that way since 2018. I've been in the game for like a good 5+ years now, so I have no need to try and simp for anybody, even in the US. Just get better, stop with the excuses. This whole passport bro thing for 95% of you guys is like one of those get rich quick schemes, but for fucking dating. Just get over it, work on yourself. If I can do it, you can too.
So that's a video, guys. So I'm just here to share my true sense, like what you think about today's video. So the 10 passport bureaus leave us to men, often from the Western countries, who choose to travel abroad to find love or even settle down. It's not a new idea. People have always traveled to find new opportunities, including love, but now the rise of social media has brought this trend into the spotlight. These men often say they're looking for traditional values or women who are less influenced by modern dating norms in their countries. So one thing you hear from passport bureaus is they're searching for women who are feminine, supportive, and family oriented. They often claim that modern culture, dating back home, focuses too much on independency in competition rather than partnership. While that's their perspective, I think it's important to ask, are they just looking for these values, or are they just avoiding something they don't like? Is it about finding love or escaping the challenges of dating in their own culture? Now let's flip the coin. Women in other countries are not a monolith. Okay, they're not all waiting for night with a passport to swap in. They have their own goals, dreams, and standards. So it's worth questioning if both sides fully understand what are they signing up for. Of course, this trend has been without backlash. Critics of the passport bros movement say it reinforces harmful stereotypes about women from certain cultures. It paints them as submissive, unambitious, or willing to settle for any man who comes along. And let's not forget the accusation that this trend commodifies relationship, treating love like it's a transition rather than an emotional connection. There is also the question of power dynamics. When someone travels to a country with different economic standards, it can create an imbalance in relationship. Are these men building healthy partnerships, or they're looking for someone who they think won't challenge them? On the other hand, let's talk about the women who are involved. Many of them are just as intentional as the passport bros. They see this relationship as a chance for growth, adventure, or better opportunities. But it's also crucial to acknowledge that not every woman who dates a passport bro does out of the necessity. Some genuinely fall in love, and that's beautiful. However, there is also the risk of culture misunderstanding. What what one person sees as traditional, another might see as an outdated. What someone sees as supportive, another might view as controlling. Relationships are complicated enough without adding those layers, so communication and respect are non-negotiable. So what does this all mean for dating? The rise of passport bros is really a reflection of how much dating and relationship are evolving in global rise, okay, worldwide. People are exploring their options, but it's not without its challenges. Cross-cultural relationship can be incredible, but they also require a lot of effort to navigate differences. Whether you agree with the passport bros or not, I think the bigger takeaway here is that everyone is searching for connection. The question is, are we looking for love in a way that respect and uplift our partners, or are we bringing our own baggage into their new spaces? At the end of the day, the truth about Password Bro is this: it's not black and white. For some, it's an opportunity to find love and happiness. For others, it's a reflection of deeper issue in the dating world. My advice: whether you're at home or abroad, love should always be built on a mutual respect, okay? Understanding and genuine care. So if you know what I'm talking about, okay? So when you're in an interracial relationship, or maybe just culture relationship, like different culture relationship, it's already has stress, okay? So you need to make proper decision when you're choosing a partner. When a passport comes to maybe approach you, you need to ask yourself, are you going to manage to date this man? Because this man has different culture, this man come from a different world, and are you guys going to like compromise on each other, trying to learn each other and all that? Some people are willing to compromise, but others are not willing to compromise. They always compare their countries to your country, and sometimes you do things which shocks them. They get shocked. They've never seen that, and yeah, some people would want to learn, but others they don't give spaces of learning. They want things should be done the way they are done in their countries. Okay. And listen, one lives in a country and they keep telling you, no, this country is dirty, no, this country is this country is not good. But it's your country. Yeah. So there's nothing wrong of saying that, but I think there's a good way of approaching each other. Okay. So I think you know what I mean. So guys, that's a video for today. I don't know what you think about today's video. I don't know what you think about the passport bureaus. Have you ever dated one or have you come across any? So leave the comments in the comment section. We'll discuss. Bye bye.